Hey, what's up? And welcome back to Knockout Argument, the show where we try to make our case in one shot. I'm Chris.
I am also Chris. Thank you for joining us as always. My guy, what are we here for today?
Woods, today we're doing something a little different. We have been doing a lot of watch this arguments, which is fun. Those are great. But this is an argument that was already happening in the zeitgeist in recent months.
Okay.
This is related to The Last of Us and its finale episode. There was a discussion about whether or not Joel did the right thing. For anybody who's not familiar with The Last of Us, I'm just going to read the IMDb description here.
You gotta do the voice. You gotta try to do the voice.
After a global pandemic destroys civilization, a hardened survivor takes charge of a 14-year-old girl who may be humanity's last hope.
I guess that'll do. It's sufficient for now.
Well, we have something. And going into this last episode, what we find is that once Joel gets Ellie to the facility where they're going to use her immunity against the virus to make the rest of humanity immune,
he ends up murking everybody.
Yeah, it's that one. And there was a big discussion about whether or not that was the right thing to do. And the argument I want to make today is that Joel did the right thing. That Joel
we
not
talked
agreeing
about this.
to this was the right choice.
I remember I had my thoughts about the finale, and I don't know. Maybe I've only seen it the one time, and maybe I'll feel differently. But we will definitely see.
Okay, you ready to get into it?
I am.
Brains. These zombies don't say brains or anything.
No, these zombies are very different. They're like
they try to.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. They kind of like they try to kiss you.
You ready to get into it?
Let's go.
All right.
Ooh, that face. Ooh, stop that. Ooh. Why would you do that?
Still almost got killed. How'd you do it?
I'm mad she's so like surprised. Like she hired this dude. Like you sent them on this mission.
We all owe you.
Just take me to her.
I can't. She's being prepped for surgery.
Why is she in surgery?
It produces a kind of chemical messenger. It makes normal.
Man, he's a suspicious dude. He was immediately questioning that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I kind of feel like that was a dumb question. Like, as soon as she said surgery, you should have known what was up.
Chemical messengers.
See, I don't think I would have. I think I would have been like, surgery for what?
What type of world are you living in? You know what I mean? Like, this is
a cure.
Of course.
Not every surgery kills.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like, of course, they need to open her up to like find the cure.
It's not of course. That's not how cures work.
We didn't tell her. We didn't cause her any fear. There won't be any pain.
No, you take me to her. You take me to her right now!
Yo, everybody in this show looks like they smell like armpits.
So I was just thinking,
and nutsack.
I was just thinking, Pedro Pascal on this show always looks like he should stink, but he probably smells like old man cologne.
Like sandalwood.
Like, yeah, like not real bad, like just like not the real strong ones that you can't sit next to.
Walk him out to the highway. Leave him there with his pack. Give him this.
Why would she give him a keepsake to like so he can remember how they cut her up and shit? You know what I mean? Like, this show has strong acting. That's one of the things I did appreciate about this show.
This is a well put together show.
I still think Bella Ramsey cusses too much in the show, but
she definitely does. But
I do like her though. I like her character a lot.
It's super intentional. It's like the kid in iRobot just trying to sound grown up.
Wasn't that a Shia LaBeouf?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it wasn't quite that bad, but like, yeah.
What the fuck are you doing? Keep walking. I said keep walking.
Did he intentionally shoot that guy in the nuts, bro? No, did he intentionally aim his weapon down and shoot this nigga in the nuts, bro?
It didn't seem... Well, possibly.
Yeah.
I was actually more distracted by the fact that my man, when he fell, he held his own mouth shut like he was trying to keep himself quiet.
Bro, like, yeah,
thank you.
You can scream. You got shot in the nuts, bro.
Oh, that's thoughtful of you, sir.
Yeah, nah, bro, we get it. He does kind of turn into John Wick in the scene. Ooh, that was cold.
Look how calm he is.
Cold-blooded. He's still gonna shoot you, bro.
He does not give a damn. And he's just emptying out a building.
Yeah. He's having a Spike Spiegel moment. That was pretty graphic.
Yeah.
Bullet to the face. You were
Hooker.
just in time, bro.
How did you
Just
get
in
here?
time.
Yeah, man.
Hook her.
I won't let you take her.
With your scalpel?
Yeah, bro.
Unhook her.
He died with a switchblade.
Like, you're gonna die anyway.
I wouldn't die with
I'm
a
gonna
switchblade
die.
in my hand. That's what happens when you die with a switchblade, bro.
Cover her arm.
He shot the shit out of that dude.
Man, he had it coming.
He did though.
He
Like,
grabbed
it's like,
that
bro,
scalpel,
like,
like-
yeah, bro. Like, you should have just backed off. Like, you died stupidly. Like, his arc was compelling. This whole show.
Absolutely.
I remember he has a moment where he's admitting to the guy like how he's like weaker.
Can't keep her safe forever.
Something had happened. He didn't see it coming because he was just too slow.
No matter how hard you
oh,
try.
when the kid turns.
No matter how many people you kill,
was
she's
a
gonna grow
compelling
up,
moment.
Joel. And then you'll die, or she'll leave. Then what? How long till she's torn apart by infected or murdered by raiders? So what would she decide, huh?
I don't know, man. I don't know who's wrong.
Because I think she'd want to do
Who's
what's
right?
right. And you know,
This is a really tense moment here.
it's not
You
too
could see
late.
it in his face. I knew he was
No.
gonna shoot her, bro. Like,
Even after what you've done.
yeah, it was again. It's all over his face. Like, she should have known.
Yeah, man.
Turns out there's a whole lot more like you. People that are immune. Dozens of them.
I don't know about
They've
this,
actually
man. I just,
They've stopped looking for a cure.
then he just so confidently lies to her. I think she knows he's lying too.
Where are my clothes? Are people hurt?
She's
Yes.
really asking like, how many people did you kill people?
Is Marlene okay?
I'm taking us home. I'm sorry.
Man, I like this show, man. The Last of Us is a good show.
It is a good show. I've only seen this episode once. I'll just leave
Twice
it at
now.
that, right? Well, twice now. And so upon my second viewing, I have similar feelings as I had before, but I will say that I see Joel's point of view more now. I don't know if I still necessarily agree, but I don't really know who's wrong either. I don't think that he's wrong. I don't think that either side is wrong. I don't think that either side is right. It's kind of like, it's this super gray area. Okay, so here's a couple of positive things. First of all, the way he was going through the building was cold.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of Spike Spiegel. There's a moment where he kind of goes on a rampage in a building, and it was kind of similar. Not exactly the same, but it was kind of similar. It was cool to look at.
That's some anime stuff.
It's some anime stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anime stuff, guys.
It's cool stuff.
Here,
He
yeah.
doesn't know.
Anime stuff.
And I like that segment. The way that it, again, we talked about how well this show is shot and how well it's directed and how well it's acted. I think that some of the choices that they make, like with the music, for instance, the way the scene is not overly gratuitous. It doesn't even strike me as something that's incredibly violent. Actually, it's something that's like, I can see a man's determination. That's what it looks like to me. It looks like a dad going after their daughter. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Even though they're not, she's clearly
Right.
not his daughter, and that is compelling to watch. My point of view is that, look, bro, like, I mean, like, she has the cure, and we need to save humanity in their particular world. But even though I feel this way, like in my mind I feel this way, I still kind of feel like I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I can understand why he did what he did. You know what I mean? So again, it's just the second viewing just allows me to see his point of view more. So like that, this show is it's a good ass show. It left still leaving an impression on me even till this day.
So what things would you argue show that Joel did not do the right thing?
Okay, so if the argument is, did he do the right thing? So specifically about that, the only thing that I can say is negative is, again, you doomed humanity to like forever, for all we know. Like for all we know, your decision could have wiped out humanity indefinitely, because of, how does the saying go? The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, or the one, right? And I think that this applies. Again, my brain tells me this, but I hate to say something corny, but I guess my compassionate side or the heart tells me that no, I can understand how somebody, a parent or somebody who's, at this point, the show does a good job of establishing how they went from having no relationship whatsoever to, even before you get to the facility, she's telling them jokes or whatever. Mm-hmm. And this is after, this is a long journey they go on. Like,
yeah, they've been on the road for months,
but not even long as far as like the time period. It was an arduous journey. You know what I mean? Like he almost dies. You know what I mean? And in the process of her saving his life, they
murdered together.
Yeah, they murdered together, and then they run into cannibals. They run into crazy ass rebels. Like this show, and this is that's what's so compelling about the show. Again, it's not about the zombies. It's about the people. The people are some of the biggest threats in this story, right? Long story short. Again, all those things being said, it's like, well, this is why you have to do what you have to do. But again, they do a good job of establishing how he now has a connection with this girl, and it's more than just a friendship connection. Like they're like you said, how they kill together. Like I feel like that bonds people. You know what I mean? It's like people who fight in war, like they're brothers in arms now, and they're like brothers in arms, but more. It's like, again, it's like a father-daughter type of dynamic in a wilderness. You know what I mean? So. Again, I'm conflicting. I guess that's really, it's not even really negative, because I feel like the story did its job, because like I'm conflicted, because again, my brain tells me one thing, but like my compassion side of my heart tells me another.
Well, here's my side of that argument. All right, I from the first time I saw it, I told you what side I landed on firmly, which is the side of Joel being right. Not just putting myself in Joel's position, putting myself in a different person's position. Watching this, that's not my daughter. Mm-hmm. I already know that if I'm capable of emptying out a building to get to one of my kids, I'm going to do that. But that aside, I think that humanity there has to be something worth saving, and part of that has to be civilization, being civilized, choosing to be better.
I think of a line all the time, which is Captain America, we don't leave a person behind. Mm-hmm. That's admirable.
We don't trade lives.
We don't trade lives.
Thanos threatens half the universe. One life cannot stand in the way of defeating him.
But it should. We don't trade lives, Vision.
Like, I don't know. Like, again, I want to fight you on that, but I'm like, some of my favorite superheroes are people who are exactly what you're talking about. Like, you're exactly like, no, we don't do that.
I'm not just trying to be warm and gushy here.
Yeah.
I'm also being practical. This is a necessary part of our civilization. We have to have some moral standard at some base level.
Not to say sound cliche, but it's like, well, what are we saving in that particular case?
Absolutely.
Right.
And so, like, a person might, looking at simply numbers, might say, well, we're talking about, I don't know how many people are left, but let's say, 1 billion people are left on the planet. Mm-hmm. And we're talking about saving all of them versus losing this little girl. Yeah. And I would say, well, okay, so they would argue that's just one girl, and that's like 1 billion people that we will save. Okay, but what if you didn't have enough virus, vaccine out of one girl? What if you needed 5 little girls or 10 little girls?
I knew where you were going with that argument, because we've talked about this before, and I kind of feel like that makes the argument much more compelling. It's like, well, what if it isn't 1? What if it's 10? What if it's What if it's 100? You know, what if it's 1,000? You know what I mean? Like, what is the? In other words, what you're saying is, what is the number where it makes it like, oh, that's just too atrocious? Like, we need to.
There has to be a line somewhere, and I
Yeah.
think that line has to start before you kill one little girl.
Yeah, I think some things need to be black and
for
white.
a chance. She
Right.
said the doctor believes. So imagine they murder this little girl,
And it can still not
and
work.
nothing. Yeah. And
Yeah.
they're like, oh, my bad, guys. My bad. I thought we had a shot. And
Yeah.
I gave it a shot. They're gonna pat him on the back. Are you kidding me?
Well, so to make sure that we stay on track, because this is why this is such I'll give you dap on that. This is a good argument. I feel conflicted. I'm gonna give you a thumbs up. You know
Oh.
what? I'm gonna explain why I gave you a thumbs up here, because again, I still feel conflicted, but I think the fact that I feel conflicted, the fact that I'm asking the question, the fact that I'm questioning my beliefs, even though I feel so rigid in what I believe, I feel it means that the show did a good job. This argument specifically in this episode in specific, I kind of shows how good the show is, because again, I feel two types of ways about it, and I'm still asking questions about it.
You should be having these water cooler conversations.
Exactly,
after a good show.
from a
finale
right.
specifically.
Exactly. And so I feel like that's what shows this show is really top notch stuff. I mean, it's great storytelling.
Absolutely, but let us know in the comments where you
Please
landed
do.
on.
Please do.
Where you landed on this argument. I think that this is an interesting conversation to have. I think this was a fun argument. I think that you voted correctly, sir. Please,
I believe so too.
remember to subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up, and hit that notification bell so you know every time we're dropping new arguments.
Yep.
Season 1 is coming to a close, and we're
Stay
gonna see
locked
who
in.
comes
We're
out
gonna-
the champ.
We're coming strong with the season 2. Don't you worry.
Yes, absolutely.
Until
But-
next time.
Yes. Peace.
Let's do that one more time.
Yes, sir. Don't forget to thank them for joining us.
Yeah. Those people.
We've invited them.
These people. All right.
Those
People. You guys. Like and subscribe.